powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Montana state politicians making moves this Friday.
Democratic gubernatorial candidate Mike Cooney unveiled his pick for a running mate today, and it happens to be a former rival.
Minority Leader Casey Schreiner of Great Falls, who until this month was running for governor himself, will join Cooney on the ticket.
Now, Cooney says Schreiner, who is 37 years old, is part of the, quote, next generation of Montana Democrats who will fight for the rights and privileges of Montana working families.
He also took a shot at the Democrats' potential rival for governor in the general election.
The people in this room and people all across the state know what will happen if Greg Gianforte and all the extremist Republican legislators he can buy control the governor's office. They will steal health care from Montanans. They will dismantle our public education system. They will privatize our public lands, and frankly, they'll bust our budget.
Cooney is one of two Democrats running for governor. The other is Whitney Williams, and she plans to announce a running mate on Monday.
Now, three Republicans, including Gianforte, are also running for governor. Gianforte is expected to announce his pick here in Billings on Sunday night.
Well, Republican Senator Steve Daines made it official today that he's filing for re-election.
He did so in Conrad, where his great-great-grandmother homesteaded nearly 5 generations ago. Senator Daines says it's been an honor serving the people of Montana. President Trump has also endorsed Daines for Senate.
His Republican challenger in this race is Dan Larson, a hardware store owner out of Stevensville.
Another Republican throws his name in the hat for Montana's lone U.S. House seat in 2020.
Retired Army National Guard officer Mark McGinley of Dillon has filed. He currently works as an admissions counselor for the Montana Youth Challenge program. He's the 5th Republican to file for the state's only U.S. House seat.
McGinley says he considers the race wide open, and his background in the military and education make him an ideal candidate to represent the entire state.
Well, the bleeding continues on Wall Street over fears of the coronavirus mostly, but some other jitters as well. Although losses weren't quite as bad today, it was still far from good. The Dow had its best day of the week, but still lost another 357 points to close at 25,409. In the past 5 days, the Dow has shed some 3,500 points, or around $5 trillion in market value. The losing streak is the worst since the 2008 financial crisis. Federal Reserve Chair hinted today that the Fed is ready to step in and act if the corona outbreak worsens.
Big Sky Economic Development will soon expand into a new building. Just this morning, the group signed the deed to purchase the Montana National Bank building in downtown. Big Sky EDA focuses on business creation, retention, and community development. This new building will house the Rock 31 Entrepreneur Center, which will focus on the next generation of entrepreneurs in Billings. Billings Mayor Bill Cole says he's excited about how the new program will help the future growth of our community.
The Better Business Bureau and the Federal Trade Commission are cautioning people about census worker hiring scams.
The Census Bureau will be hiring 500,000 people across the country for temporary employment to help with the 2020 census, and scammers are trying to take advantage of that by posting sites around the web.
Now, the only way for people to actually apply for a census job is through the 2020census.gov website.
You never have to pay to apply for a federal job. That is always a huge red flag. They're not going to make you pay them for training or uniforms, and they're never going to overpay you. The federal government isn't going to say, we accidentally cut you that $1,000 check. Could you please wire us back money?
The Better Business Bureau is also cautioning about people pretending to be census workers or political operatives.
And never give out your social security number, and ask to see ID badges if people do show up at your door.
Well, Q2 Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire joining us tonight on another beautiful day. We have a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, I'm calling it a minor weather correction. Okay, let me show you what we're talking about. Of course, today we had a great day. Look, we got up into the 50s. I think we got 56 degrees for the high temp today. But here's what's coming tonight. Look at that warm air. There's a warm front moving over there by Winnett, and that continues to sweep across all of eastern Montana tonight and most of the day on Saturday. But look what's coming in the northwest on Saturday. That's a new cold front. Has a little snow over there, and by the time Saturday night gets here, that cold front will cross the Billings area, bringing with it a chance of rain, and rain mixing with snowfall. Then after that thing kicks out of here, maybe a few lingering snow flurries stories on Sunday morning, but take a look what the temperatures are going to do. Tomorrow, still a nice day, 54 degrees and down to 39 on Sunday, 46 Monday up to 50 again on Tuesday, 47 on Wednesday, 53 degrees on Thursday. So you'll notice it is going up, and that's what we call it, a minor weather correction. We'll have more in your forecast in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Well, wash your hands well and avoid people who are sick. That's the message tonight as nearly 1,200 new cases of influenza are confirmed across Montana. In week 8, 1,147 new cases were reported, bringing the statewide total so far this flu season to more than 7,300. The flu has hospitalized 306 people across the state, and 6 people have died. Yellowstone County saw 63 new cases, the western side of the state getting hit the hardest. For the second week in a row, Flathead reports the most new cases with 140. Now, Gallatin County still has the most reported cases at more than 1,200. That's nearly double the number that here in Yellowstone County.
With the warmer than average temperatures around the state, allergists say allergy season may be coming a little early this year. They say if the warmer weather continues, pollen could start as early as March and April. Usually April and May are the months that are heavy with tree pollen. Those with grass sensitivities will usually start to notice their allergies act up around July. Allergists suggest those with allergies be proactive in preventing pollen from getting into their homes.
You're not going to live in a bubble and never go outside and enjoy Montana, but if you can make your bedroom your bubble, that helps a lot. So I recommend people shower in the evenings before going to bed. Don't wear the clothes that you've been out playing in all day into the bedroom. Don't lay down on your bed in the clothes that you went out hiking in.
Mangold says a plus for allergy sufferers, old snow can often create mold spore, which is problematic for those with allergies. And since we don't have much snow this year, that hasn't been as big of a problem, or maybe won't be.
Well, just last month, we brought you a story about Dax Wilson, a junior at senior high.
As part of his school's Platinum Project, he coordinated several blood drives at local high schools. Dax was awarded the Spirit of Montana Commendation by Congressman Greg Gianforte this week for his dedication toward raising awareness of the importance of blood donation. The commendation is given to Montanans to be recognized for service or accomplishments.
The idea for the drives was created in honor of his mother, who needed around 700 units of blood products due to complications during her labor with Dax. Now, the first drive is set to come up this Monday, March 2nd at West High. You can follow the Drops for Life Facebook page to learn more.
There is more news from across our state on the MTN 9 o'clock news. A Montana State campus officer on suspension tonight after a traffic stop. Join Jeanelle for that. And that's coming up tonight at 9 on the CW.
But first on tonight's 5:30 news, the Montana beer scene has been booming, but the Historical Society is putting the past on tap in its new exhibit.
And in sports, you don't want to miss Hardin's rock band. Scott shows us how the Bulldogs are once again raising the roof at divisionals.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.